Here's the dilemma. Hunting season's approaching and you need a new side-by-side for getting around in the woods, hauling your buddies, hauling your family, hauling out animals, and you got a predicament. Which side-by-side do you get? Well, I'm going to help you make that choice today. In this video, we're going to compare the Can-Am Defender and the Polaris Ranger. Specifically, this is a Can-Am HD10 and this is a Polaris Ranger Crew 1000 XP. And what I'm going to do is give you an overview. I use both of these buggies all the time, and I can give you a very good comparison of the pros and cons of each to help you make your decision on which side-by-side you should select. What we'll do in this video is compare external sort of features such as overall size and length, look, suspension, things like that. We'll also compare the cab features. What is it like sitting in the driver's seat? What's it like sitting in the passenger seat? And then we'll take these things for a test drive and see how they both ride. And again, give the pros and cons of both. And that will help you make your decision in selecting your buggy. Let's get right to it. First, let's look at the Can-Am Defender. This is a HD10 model. We've been using it for a couple of years. I love this thing. It's been really good. Now keep in mind on this one's outfitted with 30-inch tires, so it does make it look a little bigger than the Ranger right now. The Ranger's just got the 27-inch stock tires on it. But that's something you can add if you want, or leave it with the stock tires that comes with it. But don't get to thinking that the Can-Am is for some reason way bigger than the Polaris. It's not. This one just has that appearance because of the tires on it. I don't know exactly how long it is, but it's about the same length as the Polaris, maybe a couple inches longer. And this video's, you know, for the weekend warrior, not for the technical specifics. This is more real life usability and feel and function. It's got a really good stance. You can see that the front tires come out right to the nose of the thing, and that allows you to creep up on steep embankments, not get caught up on any sort of bumps or anything, ruts as you're going through the woods or trails that you're riding on. It's got a nice bumper. This is the bumper that comes with it. And it's got nice headlights. These headlights on this thing work really well. I really like the headlights on the Defender. I'd say that the headlights on the Defender actually work better than the headlights on the stock headlights that come on the Ranger 1000. We got this one outfitted with the winch. The Ranger also has a bumper that's ready for a winch. So that's kind of a tie in the comparison department. The suspension and axles, all really sturdy, really beefy. Really nice setup. Haven't had any issues with any of that. All the joints are greasable. And we could crank this thing up and get a little bit more ride height out of it if we wanted to. But it's got a really nice stance, good ground clearance as it sits. Here's something I like about it. I mentioned this in the Polaris video. The fender well is really well blocked out to keep mud from getting up into all the body panels and things behind the fender well. That was something on the old Ranger that was definitely a downside. Let's keep going. This one's got doors put on it, which is an aftermarket feature. You can see we've got the intake here behind the bed. I'm not going to tilt the bed back. We've got the feeder on it, but the bed tilts back really easily. We've got good bed space. We've got these holes where you can hook things in, just like we've got this strap going. And you've got the bed tie downs in the corners of the bed inside. That's very compatible or comparable to the Ranger. The Ranger, of course, has the circular holes that you can add those lock and ride accessories, which Might be a nod, a positive of the Ranger over the Defender, but nevertheless, decent bed space, good cargo area. Look at the rear suspension. Again, everything's really sturdy, heavy duty. And coming around to the other side, we got our gas cap. All right, let's take a look at the Ranger now. Start in the front. I already kind of mentioned the bumper. This is the bumper that comes with it. It's ready for lights. So is the Can-Am. It's ready for lights. It's ready for a light bar here. It's ready for a winch. It's got the plug and everything. Waiting for a winch to be installed. Begging for it. I'm not going to get one yet, but maybe someday. Again, the suspension, I'd say it's real heavy duty and nice. The arms are not greasable on this one. That's interesting. I didn't realize that till just now. They were on the old Ranger, on my 2015 that I had. Other than that, everything looks good. Look at that, blocking all that mud from getting in those body panels. I love that. I like the shape of the headlights on the new Ranger compared to the old one. They did a real good redesign of the body style. I put the LED headlights bulbs into it. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's in my Polaris Ranger playlist. Watch all the videos, guys. All right, keep going around. Don't have doors on mine, so of course it looks a little different. Here's our gas tank on the driver's side. Bed tilts back the same way. The bed on the Ranger, again, it's good space. I believe it's a few inches shorter, at least a couple inches smaller though. It's a little bit less, but it's never been the case that we felt like we were short on storage space. I will throw in a mention though, compared to like the Kawasaki Mule FXT, when you're riding cruise style in that thing, the bed space is silly in my opinion. You got to have a bed at least what the size of what the Ranger's got. Here we go with the rear suspension, all really comparable, heavy duty, strong stuff. I believe, you know, technical specs, again, I don't know the exact numbers, but real comparable, what do you call it, towing strength and bed capacity as far as loading it up with gear and all the stuff you might haul around. Okay, so there's our external comparison. Let's do an internal comparison. We're going to get inside the cab here. All right, sitting in the driver's seat. And first thing I'll say is I really do like the seats. They're nice quality, good stitching. They're a little dirty right now, but the actual quality of them is good. You know, when you get into the cab of the Can-Am, I do like the way that it feels. The foot area, it does feel a lot more open than the Ranger. We'll get in the Ranger in a minute, but you'll see. It's not drastic, but it's different. Here's another thing I like is the dash of the Can-Am. I do like this more open little dash space. It's nice for setting phones and stuff. Of course, you can set your phone and your other trinkets down here in these little cubby areas. Polaris has something similar, but I like these. I like this about the Can-Am. This thing pops out. It's a handle, pops up. You got a little toolbox on the go, and if you take it out, you just have more dash space. Isn't that neat? And then when you lay the handle down, it locks it in so it can't jump out of that spot. Cup holder over there. Oh, check this out. You lift this seat up, same thing. You've got an under seat storage bin. It's got a handle on it. You can pick that thing straight up. It disconnects itself, and you're ready to roll with a mobile toolbox if you're out in the field or doing jobs or projects. Here's another thing I like about the Can-Am. Watch this. I'm gonna hit this little tab and down. We got 2 cup holders and more storage right here in the cab if you're just riding 2 people. and you got a nice cold water drink with you. Lift it back up, pop that in place, and you're ready to ride. I'm gonna scoot over, sit in passenger style. Okay, now I'm a passenger in the Can-Am front seat, and again, leg space is really good. I don't feel cramped in. And here's another thing that the Can-Am has, and it's this grab bar. This is nice. This is nice to kind of help you keep sturdy if you're riding on a bumpy road or bumpy trails. And the Polaris Ranger does not have that. So really handy little feature there. Let's get out of the front seat. We're going to go to the back seat. Back seat's more crowded than the front seat, but that's okay. Still plenty of room. I'm about 6 feet tall, just under, and my knees aren't hitting or anything. I feel fine. Of course, back seats for the kids and smaller people. You still have a grab bar here. You do have that same grab bar in the back seat of the Ranger, so that's a comparable feature. Other than that, nothing really to call out. Normal sort of backspace area. Let's go to the Ranger. In the Ranger, we'll look at the seats first. I like the seats. I like the pattern of the seats. The camo is a nice touch. I'd say similar quality, good stitching as the Can-Am. Very comparable there. I'm sitting in the driver's seat, of course, and again, is there no leg space? No, it's not that. I mean, it's really just a feel. There's something that feels less crowded about the Can-Am in the front than in the Polaris, but it's not like the Polaris is got you all crunched up. So let's take a look at the dash and things. You got two nice cup holders here. Those are pretty handy, but you also have two cup holders down here, also very handy. This little space, sometimes I'll set my phone in there. It's not very, I don't know, I don't like it as much as that more open spot on the Can-Am. You do have a glove box compartment here. You've also got one here. It's not removable like the other one, but nevertheless, it's some protected storage. Then you've got this sort of horizontal cup holder storage deal going on. This is more or less useless space. You could put your winch toggle or something right there. You could fill this up with some towels or accessories, whatever you might need. And there's another one of those horizontal sort of storage spots. If I lift the seat up here, there's a little bit of storage space under the middle, and then it's open on the other side. We showed that in the review video. If you haven't watched that one, check it out. I do a overall review of this Ranger when I got it brand new a couple months ago. I didn't look at the dash too much, but they're more or less the same. They show the same stuff. Nothing fancy or unique about either one of them. Steering wheels are real comparable. All right, let's go to the back. We're in the back. I mentioned the grab bar. Spacing is kind of similar. I've got about 1 inch or 2 between my knees and the rail there. We do have two nice cup holders here in the back for the passengers, which is nice. Nothing too wild to mention there. Okay, so that's exterior review. That's interior review and comparison. Let's take these guys for a ride. See what happens on the performance end of things. Here's something worth mentioning. The shifting on the Can-Am, in my opinion, is superior to the shifting on the Ranger. I just like how it's kind of smooth, but it clicks in place real nice. You don't have to jimmy with it. It doesn't get real stuck. You know, the shifting is good. The steering is very solid. All right, I was saying that the steering in the Can-Am it's real smooth, real easy. Throttle response is decent. I've got it in normal mode right now. It also has a work mode and an eco mode. I don't know what those do. If it's similar to the Ranger, it's like some type of throttle response variability. This is a really bumpy road. You can see I'm doing 18 miles an hour. In my seat, it feels great. Really smooth, the handling is great, the suspension is excellent. It feels safe and stable. It's riding really good. We're not going to go on a super long drive here. I'm just giving you the gist of what it's like to hit some bumps, get it up to, 18, 20 miles an hour. We'll turn around right here. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it as tight as I can and cut a full 360. Okay, when we're gonna come back with the other machine, that'll be another comparison, is the turning radius. I have a hunch of which one has a better turning radius. I won't say it just yet. Oh, I'll mention this while we're driving back. When you do go through mud or big ruts and you need to use four-wheel drive, this thing's got four-wheel drive and it's got a differential lock. And when you put that thing in four-wheel drive and lock the diffs, it's going through whatever you put it up against, or it's getting out of whatever you got stuck in two-wheel drive. Not saying that the Ranger doesn't go through things well, but kudos to the Can-Am drivetrain for having a good four-wheel drive system. I'm gonna show you the shift on the Ranger. Again, it's not bad. Just again, I was complimenting the Can-Am. I just like kind of the smoothness of it. I will say I do believe that the Ranger is quieter. The machine itself is quieter. Like, I don't know if it's the suspension or something's kind of squeaky on the Can-Am. My uncle has a Can-Am and it does the same thing. So I don't think it's just David's. Again, it rides really smooth. I'm trying to use my hand to protect from the wind noise. I hope it's working. Steering very comparable to the Can-Am. You might hear some rattling on the video. It's my windshield. I almost need to do a windshield update video. I'll stick by, I like the quality of the glass versus a poly windshield, but I am not happy with this windshield now. A couple months after using it, it's kind of settled in and it's got this rattle that's ticking me off. So I'm in standard mode with the Ranger, and the throttle response is real comparable to the normal mode of the Can-Am. I'll tell you what though, when you put this thing in performance mode, and it's almost jerky, especially if you're trying to go slow. It's got such good throttle response. Okay, we're almost at the spot where I did the 360 turnaround. I'm gonna pull up in the same, let's see. Okay, I'm in the same tracks, and I'm gonna cut it 100%. There's the tracks. Oh, I'm already a full buggy way outside of them to finish my loop. Oh, it kind of cut in. Well, it was close. I'm gonna give the nod to the Can-Am and say it's got a bit tighter turning radius. I need to measure that specifically, but according to my donuts there, I'm gonna say it's a couple feet tighter. All right, I'm gonna get back to camp, get parked, get out of this wind noise, and give you my final thoughts. So there it is, comparison of the Polaris Ranger and the Can-Am Defender. I hope it's been helpful, and the question remains, which one should you get? Here's my honest opinion. It's a tie. You should pick the one that you can get the best deal on locally. You should pick the one that has a better visual appeal to you. You should pick the one that's the brand you tend to prefer. But the Can-Am Defender and the Polaris Ranger they're almost the same dang thing. Here's another comparison. It's like if we threw the Kawasaki Mule FXT, which is in the same class, into this review. I'm telling you, do not get that thing. I can't stand that thing. We used to have one, and I've had a lot of hours and experience with it, and in my opinion, it's underpowered and too heavy. It's loud. You can hear it droning on as you drive around from far, far away. But anyway, this Ranger and this Defender, they are great machines. They have such comparable, similar features. You can't go wrong with either one of them. So get the one that you like. I, of course, chose the Polaris Ranger, but that doesn't mean that I don't like the Defender. I still drive that thing around a ton. They're both in our fleet, and they're both great, great machines. So you're not gonna be disappointed with either one. Like I said, find the one you can get the best deal on at your local dealership, support your local business, get the one you think looks the best, get the one that's available to you, and you're gonna be a happy side-by-side user. So that'll wrap it up for the video today. Hope you enjoyed it, hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching the videos. Leave a comment with what's your choice between the Polaris Ranger and Defender or any other UTV. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see coming up. We're going to be doing some more deer hunting, and hopefully have some more fun footage for you. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.